What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome back to the Pokemon White walkthrough. In yesterday's episode, we did a lot. We made our way through Route 2, defeated Bianca towards the end of it, then got here to Striaton City where we defeated Charon in the trainer school, before going it to the northeast and going through the Dream Yard, where we defeated some more trainers and received a special Pokemon, aka Panpour, who will help us out a little bit in this gym. Again, not an official team member, but I will be using him for this gym battle. Now, the Elemental Monkey will, no matter which one you get, it will always have either Water Gun if it's a Panpour. I think Pansear gets Incinerate and Pansage gets Vine Whip. And then I think other than that, all three of them have Lick, Scratch, and Leer. Now, the Elemental Monkeys, they're not the best Pokemon, but they're not the worst. I feel like they get hated on too much. I've used Pansage before, and I thought it was great. So if you do want to add them to your team, I mean, it's pretty cool because you already have like your starter type and then another elemental monkey type, which could give you some really good type coverage and stuff. But if you want to use them, feel free to. For now, we're going to head on inside the gym, and this is the first game where like the gyms, they all kind of look different. It's not like the big orange roof that you see in all of the other previous games, and that's because each gym kind of has its own theme. Like this one's a restaurant and there's a bunch of waiters walking around, and this guy right here, his name is Clyde, and he's like the good old tips guy that will give you some tips going into the gym. And if you talk to him before every gym, or as you walk into every gym, he will give you a free fresh water, which is basically like a free super potion. So yeah, be sure to always talk to him. Anyways, the little puzzle in here, if you can even call it that, is there's these little curtains, and basically you're going to need to see what typing is on the curtain and then step on whichever typing is super effective against that. So because that was the fire type curtain, I stepped on the water button. And that will lead us to this first trainer here. Now, the first gym doesn't have a set typing. You're mostly just going to see Lillipups and Patrats, so I guess you could say it's a normal type gym. However, the ace of the gym leaders team is a different typing. I talked about it a bit more at the end of yesterday's video, and we'll get to it though at the end of this video. For now, I still have Snivy out front. Again, I'm not using the Panpour that we got yesterday. I'm only using it just to help me out for one Pokemon in the gym battle, and that will be it. It's not an official team member or anything like that. But yeah, for now we're just going to stick with Vine Whip and Tackle. That's the combo that has been working out here for Swiper so far. Swiper, no swiping, baby. And there's only two gym trainers for us to fight. The first one already went down right there. So let's step on the grass button because that's super effective against water, and we can take on the next gym trainer. So yeah, as you can tell, these are all waiters. This must be like the worst restaurant ever though, because no one's in here right now. Unless maybe, I bet you they have to like close it off for like when a gym trainer's coming through, because can you imagine you're trying to eat like your steak or something and then you just get hit by a freaking Vine Whip from Snivy? It just completely ruins your food. They definitely have to like close this place off because of that. Anyways, here's a Patrat, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard both ways. Oh, there's Bide. Yeah, Bide's a little bit of a scary move. I'm sure you guys know what it is. It stores for 2 turns before releasing all the damage that it took back for double. So if you can't knock it out in 2 turns, then refrain from doing damage to the Patrat. Anyways, we get to level 14, and oh, you still have one more mod. It is Purloin Waitress Tia. But yeah, level 14 is a pretty solid level to be at before the first gym leader. Now, if you're using another Pokemon, unlike I have been doing, then you're probably not at level 14 just yet, unless you did some extra grinding. But if you're around like level 11, 12, 13, heck, even level 10, depending on like what Pokemon you have. Like the Elemental Monkey that you get from the Dream Yard is level 10. That's probably good enough to take down the gym leader. So you can really be anywhere from like the 10 to 14 range, and you should be just fine. Okay, so real quickly, let me go ahead and use a potion on Swiper just to get up those like 8 hit points, and then I'm also going to give an Oran Berry to, well, do I want to give an Oran Berry? Nah, we don't need an Oran Berry. Are you kidding me? 10 hit points? Those 10 hit points are not gonna matter. Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret that. But as I said, only 2 gym trainers, so behind the final curtain is the gym leader. real quickly, I'm going to drop a save here just in case, I'm not 100% confident going into this fight. Now, I say gym leader, but it's actually gym leaders because... Whoa! There's literally 2 more guys right behind him. That was a really long pause. But that's right, there's 3 gym leaders to this gym. And if you can't tell, they represent fire, water, and grass because they've got green, blue, and red hair. Now, depending on the starter you chose, not only is that the, elemental monkey that the gym leader will have, but that is also the gym leader that you will be facing. So, this is Silent, and he uses the Pan Sage, as you can tell, because he's the grass type, but we're not going to be fighting him. We're also not going to be fighting Cress, who uses the Panpour. Instead, we're fighting Chili, the fire type Scorcher, and that's because we chose Snivy, so he's going to have his Pansear, and that's the whole reason the guy in yesterday's video gave us a Panpour to help us out with this fight. So, it's time to fight Chili, the first gym leader. Again, you could be fighting the other 2, but all of them are going to start with a level 12 Lillipup, which knows 2 moves, Bite and Work Up. So Work Up is the TM that you'll get at the end of this gym, and it's a move that boosts the physical and special attack of the user. So if you let Lillipup get off a couple of Work Ups, its Bite is going to do a pretty hefty amount of damage. Now luckily we do outspeed with Swiper. My whole goal here is to just take down Lillipup with Snivy, and I think we'll be looking pretty good. And there you go. You can see that even with the Work Up, we took that Bite decently well, and he's probably going to use a potion here. That's honestly okay. I'd rather have him use a potion on his weaker Mon. I don't think it's going to heal the Lillipup all the way. So yeah, not a big problem at all. 2 more Vine Whips will do the trick, but don't underestimate the Lillipup. It doesn't have a stab move for whatever reason, so I mean, he could have at least kept Tackle, but I guess they only wanted Bite on their Lillipup, but down it goes. Again, probably the, easier Pokemon of the 2. However, here comes Pansear. Now, remember, this will be a different elemental monkey based on the starter that you chose. Because I chose Snivy, it's a Pansear. If you chose Oshawott, it will be a Pansage. And if you chose Tepig, it will be a Panpour, which is who I'm using right now to help me out against this Pansear. Now, Pansear knows Incinerate and Work Up. Panpour knows Water Gun and Work Up, and Pansage knows a Vine Whip and Work Up. So for some reason, I don't really know why, like my Panpour is level 10 and it has a full set of 4 moves, but his level 14 Pansear only has 2 moves. I don't know what like Cress, Chili, and Silent have against having a full set of moves, but we're just going to go for Water Gun, and because we're 4 levels lower, you can see that it's not going to do a crazy amount of damage, but Incinerate is a pretty weak fire type move. It's really not doing too much, so we will just whittle this dude down with Water Gun, and that will be it for the first gym leader. 1 more Water Gun will do the trick here, and Panpour, I hope you enjoyed your time on the big stage, because after this, you're just going to be a Pokemon used for cut. Yeah, I really just needed him to help me out with this gym battle. There was no way I was beating Chili with only Snivy, and, if I was going to catch another team member before the first gym, then I probably wouldn't have used Panpour, but I'm not catching another team member until after the first gym. So we received the Trio badge. Pretty cool badge because, it has like the blue, red, and green on it. And we get this really cool animation of it going into the badge case or whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, now traded Pokemon up to level 20 will obey us, and we get the TM for Work Up. Really didn't get to see it in too much action in that fight, but it boosts the physical and special attack of the user, so it can come in handy, a good setup move. Anyways, as we come on out of the gym, we're going to be met with this lady. Now, this lady is Fennel, and she's a scientist of Professor Juniper, and if you remember when we walked into this house in yesterday's episode, this staircase was blocked off, but now Fennel has calmed down a bit, because if you talk to the kid, he would be like, "Oh my gosh, my sister's going crazy upstairs. Wow." Anyways, yeah, she's calmed down a bit, and she's going to talk to us, well, first about the HM for cut, which we will need in order to progress in the game in just a second. But then she's going to go on about the Sea Gear. Now, the Sea Gear is kind of like the online system in Pokemon Black and White, so I won't really be using it. But you can use it a bit if you want. Now, I actually forgot. You're going to need to do the thing in the Dream Yard first before officially receiving the Sea Gear. So I got a little bit of ahead of myself right there, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and heal up in the Pokemon Center after the gym battle. And then we will get on over to the Dream Yard. Or should I save that for the next video? We are already over 10 minutes. And we are doing more than just one thing in the Dream Yard. If you actually paid attention to the dialogue, you would have seen that Fennel is looking for Dream Mist, which can apparently be found there. But there's another thing that I'm going to be looking for in the Dream Yard, and I kind of want to leave you guys on a cliffhanger for that. So for now, let me go ahead and teach Cut to Panpour. That's kind of the nice thing about the Elemental Monkeys. If you're not looking to use one on your team, all of them can learn Cut. So you already just get a, free cutting Pokemon from that dude in the Dream Yard. So there we go. We got Cut on Panpour. Now we can cut down this tree back on Route 2, and I think it's going to take us to some sort of item. Let me see. It is, actually, I think it's 2 items. Yeah, the first one's up here, which is a Great Ball, and the other one is a Super Potion. The most overpriced healing item, but, we'll take one for free. Why not? So, there we go. We got the Super Potion. That's the only optional cut area for now. Anyways, as I said, I think I'm going to leave you guys on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Call me mean if you want, but we're doing some things in tomorrow's episode. It's going to be exciting. We got to go find some Dream Mist, and there will be more than just finding the Dream Mist going on in the Dream Yard. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. For now, though, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces.